What's up guys, welcome to the channel. Today, market update, we're going to look at Bitcoin, Ethereum and gold. Like and subscribe, we'll really appreciate it. We're really going to that 100 subscribers, that would be awesome. And let's get into the market update. I'm going to switch things up a bit for this video. Let's start on the lower time frame, 15 minutes, 1 hour, and then zoom out. Because most of the time I start of course with the bigger picture, but let's reverse things. Not really one particular reason for that, but let's do that. Start with Bitcoin. Bitcoin clearly in this small range over here. So we have our support here, or maybe I should give some context. Of course, this week we saw a massive dump on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and also on gold. And we're now in this range. So we sweep something here. Next support levels around the 64,000. Yeah, these are support levels or holds in this range from this low. And then this is our level to gain the hold of this local low here. We were pushing for it Saturday, Sunday now of course. We were pushing for it, couldn't reach it, saw a little pullback since that high of 1.5%, but this weekend I shouldn't really take things very serious during the weekend. And now we're a bit in this range, so we can expect Bitcoin to make moves next week, because this range is not big, 2.4%. Let's zoom out a bit. Of course, the next support is 64,000 as I mentioned. If we zoom out on the 4 hour, we see that that is a very important level, this, and of course we also have this. But then below the 62, actually $63,000, it's not much left. We have this wick, but of course a wick, you can't really rely on that. The next big level is already below the 60,000. Of course we're not there yet, but we saw this massive push last week. And yeah, we didn't really saw a follow-up. As I mentioned last week, I mentioned it on the video, and I mentioned it on TikTok, on social media. It's all nice, dumps, pumps, it's all nice, and if we see a gain, we can play on the pullback. But if there's no follow-up, like now, of course this dump could still be a follow-up, like we don't do here, sweep something and then start over here, and then of course we have a week past, and doesn't mean like we didn't have to pump a day after. We can chill for a bit and then pump. But what we've seen now is nothing, no follow-up, levels didn't hold, we tried, we failed, we tried, we failed. And now we're back here again, and that has been the story since the start of February, which is almost 2 months. That we're trying, we fail, we try, we fail, but on the bigger picture we're making new highs. Just locally, it's the most important that we hold this. If we don't hold this, not the end of the world, but when we get back to these levels, it starts to get tricky, because surely if we lose this, things are not looking good for Bitcoin. Same thing on Ethereum. Let's zoom in first. We're in this range right here, also made a low. Ethereum didn't sweep this, which is interesting. So we still have this support level over here, support level from the left of course. Yeah, and we're in a bit of a small range as well here, maybe a bit bigger than Bitcoin, 4%. This is our main resistance level to gain. We tried, we saw a big pump, didn't really know where that came from on Saturday. Almost 3% pump in like the span of 1 hour. And then, yeah, of course, we failed to continue this massive pump, which is logical, of course. And then we create the failure here. So failure is an important level to gain. We're dumping right now on the Sunday, but we do have a level to hold. You can indicate this level to hold or make it a box, but I didn't indicate this because, of course, probably if we go back to here, we probably just end up sweeping this. Because then we make a new low compared to this one, but this level is still there, so it doesn't matter that much. It's not like on Bitcoin we sweep something, then if you already sweep the level, you don't want to come back, but now we kind of front run this level, so this level is still there, so we can still make a new low without too many consequences. If you zoom out a bit, Ethereum is still a bit higher up than Bitcoin. Of course, same thing, Ethereum made a new high. We didn't get a follow-up, but Ethereum still has some support levels there. For Bitcoin, it's already a bit more in the extreme zone and the low of the range, but Bitcoin is still chilling. Ethereum, sorry, is still chilling. Yeah, so this range, the next levels are these two. Then after this, of course, you have a couple of levels here that really indicate them. As we saw, massive dump, as mentioned, Thursday, Wednesday, Friday. But yeah, of course, you have some minor levels here as well, which are important, but biggest level is the 2,200. But again, we won't be there next week. Even if we start pumping, we're not going to see 10% pump next week. It can happen, it's possible, but I just don't expect it personally. And then last thing is gold. Gold is in a nice range. Like I charted gold when we were over here somewhere, and it's in a very nice range. There's nice structure on gold. Let's zoom out on gold first, because maybe context is a bit more important here. We saw a massive dump, And on Bitcoin, Ethereum, of course, we saw 10% dump, massive dump. What is happening? But again, and I think you should know by now, surely, if you watch the market updates regularly, a 10% dump on gold is not like something on crypto. From, let's say, start of last week to the bottom, almost 20%, and that's not what just happens like overnight. Or I mean, there was not as much panic as I expected, or much headlines on the news as I expected, because probably people are busy with other things at the moment. But there was a massive dump, and yeah, you might see the pullback here, which is like price action of the day. But the dump, yeah, we didn't really saw structure or any strength. The dump just dumped to the low. Of course, we saw a nice reaction, which is of course not even a sign of strength. That's just normal. If you dump so much, you pick up liquidity and you get a counter reaction. So we did that. We have a nice support box here, and then we have a level to hold here, which we didn't sweep here. Yeah, otherwise it would have been an awesome trade, because we would have been up a lot, 4%. But unfortunately, they didn't sweep it. But that does mean we're in a nice range over here. So support here. If we lose this, it's this box, and we have to gain this level of failure of our local uptrend here. And then if we zoom out a bit, you have this level, and then yeah, you saw a massive crash here. So normally you should expect and hope that if we get back here, there's just a waterfall almost there, that we also see a reversed waterfall, I guess, up without too much resistance. But yeah, we can't, well, what am I doing? We can't really bet on that. It's, yeah, we'll see next week. On gold, I also don't expect it'll be here or we'll be here next week. Though we can see another 10% pump or dump, I don't know. This is just personally what I expect. I think we'll end up in this, we'll end up in this range somewhere next week on gold. So same thing on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and gold. They all saw a dump. Just all markets in general almost all saw a dump. It's now time to see if they can recover, probably range for a bit, and then see, are they going to the upside, to the downside. But that's basically it for now. I want to thank you guys for watching. Hopefully it was useful again, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.